Hello everyone and welcome back into the sewing room. I hope you're doing absolutely fantastic. And today I'm going to sew with something that I usually very much avoid, which is to sew with knit fabrics. I feel that as a sewist we usually gravitate towards knits or woven fabrics, and I'm definitely kind of woven fabric kind of girl. I just feel like my knit projects never come out very well, even though I bought a serger and a cover stitch machine. The tools only do so much, but I think that I'm improving, and today is another step in that direction, hopefully. For the longest time I wanted a kind of Henley top or Henley t-shirt to my wardrobe. I saw some awesome pictures on Instagram, and then I found the Halsey Henley pattern by Petite Stitchery. It is just awesome. I personally like the version that is cropped, but that pattern really has a lot of options. You can make a dress, it has a maternity option as well, you can make it as regular or the very cropped version. The options for the hem, also you can do the curved hem or the straight hem. I really like the curved hem, and I've sewn this pattern once before because I wanted to make sure that it wasn't a disaster before I went to this fabric. This fabric is one that I've had in my stash for quite some time. I'll link down below the store and where I bought it. I'm not sure if they still have it in stock, but it's one of those that I consider kind of precious in my stash, and I really didn't want to just waste it into any project. First, I did a kind of wearable toile of this pattern, and I made it with this fabric. This is a remnant that I had from a previous project in my stash, and I think it came out very well. You can see that I tried to make the curved hem. The curved hem, I have to say, is kind of tricky and not the one that I would recommend for a beginner. I had to, do a couple spells to make it work, but I did it, and now I'm going to do it with this fabric. I also am going to finally take the chance to take one of the UFOs that I had back there for quite some time, which is this one. This is kind of a lady boxers kind of pattern that I tried a while ago. I'll put right here the pattern because I don't remember now. I don't remember at the moment, so I'll put the pattern right here. I probably started this project a year ago or something, but at the time it was quite loose on me at the waist and I didn't know how to fix it, so I just put it aside. And now I've grown a little bit, I gained some weight, and it fits me perfectly. So all I need to do to finish this one is to hem it and add some elastic at the waist, and I'll have a set. Top I hopefully intend to be able to wear it during the day with jeans, for example, but if I want to wear it as a kind of summer pajamas with these shorts or boxers, I hopefully can. So today is Sunday and I'm probably not going to finish this project today, but that's fine. I'm going to start cutting this fabric. It took me a long time to rethread the cover stitch machine. I have also marked the hems using this heat erasable pen. I really love using this for my hems, and now I'm using this kind of Wonder Tape. This is not the Wonder Tape brand, it's some knockoff that I got on Amazon. But it works really well. It really helps keeping the hems in place and not shifting as I'm sewing. So let me finish doing this and hopefully I can at least get the hems done today. is done. At least the boxers will be done today, and the hems, or at least on the outside, are quite nice. On the inside, I didn't quite manage to catch the edge, so I can still trim it with you know, a pair of scissors if it bothers me. Same with the waistband. At the elastic there is quite a bit of fabric on the inside, but at least on the outside it looked quite nice. And as I said, since I'm quite bad usually with knits, I'm quite happy with this result. I think today I'll still be able to hem the sleeves. I like to hem them before I can you know, attach them to the rest of the body. Then I'll just entirely serge the side seam, and that's the way that I prefer to make these tops. Also, working with knits, this is the way that I found that best works for me. So if I'm still able to do any progress on the top, you'll see some footage. Otherwise, I'll see you again tomorrow. So today is actually already Tuesday. Yesterday I got distracted working on another project. It is a yellow dress, but yeah, that's a project for another day. I've already hemmed the sleeves. I prefer to deal with this at the beginning, so that at the end I don't have any hems to do. So those are already done, and now I'm going to go to the top portion, or the bodice. The back is actually made of two parts. The back, as you can see here, has this curved line. I think is to hug the back a little better. So I'm going to sew this first, and I prefer to stitch it first through my sewing machine, so just a straight stitch. And that's not my, you know, personal preference. It is one of the things that I do since I am so bad at working with knits. I find that if I go directly on the serger, even though I've already played with the tension, it gets to get kind of wavy at the back, and I can, you know, improve a lot better by doing it straight stitch on my sewing machine and then going with the serger. I find that since the straight stitch is, you know, vertical and I need the stretch actually sideways, it doesn't really mess with how the top should fit on me. So I don't know, it just works for me, so that's what I'm going to do. Then also the shoulders, and I've already marked the parting at the front so I can add the twill tape. So let me go do that next, and then I'll try to see how I can add the twill tape on this one. And this is the moment where I would usually quit this project and go work on something else, because the yellow dress, let me actually show you, there it is, the yellow dress that I'm working on, I am serging with black thread, and for this project I need white thread. So yeah, but I'll actually persevere, and now we'll do the entire retreading right now, and hopefully it will not take this much. I'll be back in an instant. Ta-da! Well, didn't actually take that long. It was about 10 minutes. So it is now serged at the center back and at the shoulders, and now it's time to do the twill tape in the middle. I've already marked this center line where I want the twill tape to be. I hope you can see. I've used this heat erasable pen. This I just get on Amazon, and I really like them. I mean, they just disappear with an iron. I find that these ones that I'm using do not leave any trace on the fabric after washed. It doesn't come back or anything like that, so I really like those. The twill tape that I'm using is this one that I bought quite a while ago on Tiger, and the width of mine is 1.5 centimeters wide, and I believe the pattern tells you to use the 2.5 centimeters wide, or half, is it an inch? I think it's an inch wide, right? 2.5 centimeters, I'll put it here if I'm saying it incorrectly. and this is much smaller, but I actually like it more because the buttons that I'll use are also quite small. Now at the middle, to mark it, because I'm quite lazy, and this is kind of an awkward width to mark with the ruler, I just fold it in half and I put it next to the line, and try to, as neatly as possible, then mark the width all the way around so that I can then cut and add the twill tape. So this is kind of an awkward thing to do. So if you can just mark it with a ruler, that's probably the best. But I'm going to do it like this. So it's a nice trick if you have something that is also an awkward kind of width like this one. So I'm going to do that and I'll be right back. Well, may I please have the table? May I? Come on to the side. Here. So he seems to want to be part of the video, so I'll just let him be there. As you saw on the twill tapes, I have sewn completely on one side and the other side is not sewn. So the top is also neatly finished because it is folded, and then I have the raw edges at the bottom, and that will be at the bottom of the top. Now I need to sew this one on this side following the line, so on top of the line that I marked there. So this one on this side and this one on this side. Before I do that, I need to finish the neck. Ideally I would have, or at least on my previous version, I used the facings. On this one I do not want to use the facings. So what I'll do, I'll use the Wonder Tape, or the knockoff Wonder Tape that I have. Let me get it. It is here. So I'll use this tape again to tape the neck, and I'll finish the neck in my cover stitch machine. I think that will give a nice finish, at least I'm hoping that it does. And after that, then I will attach the twill tapes. Hopefully that will go well. So it is glued. I'm not super confident about this technique. On the right side it looks really neat. On the wrong side you can see that it's neatly folded, and the right side looks okay. At the moment it's kind of glued. This glue is supposed to be machine washable, so it's supposed to be completely gone when I put it through the washing machine. And I'm going to now go through the cover stitch machine, and I just hope that it comes up at least decent. So I'm actually quite positively surprised with the cover stitch. I was able to catch the inside quite well actually. I was able to estimate the distance from the edge quite well, and it looks really neat on the outside as well. At the moment it doesn't stretch a lot because it still has the glue and it needs to be washed. And the next step is now to apply the twill tape. And this is really what will make it look, either good or bad. So hopefully I can apply this part neatly as well. So I finished attaching the twill tape, and it seemed to be going too good to be true, because if I'm not sure you can see down here, yeah, this line is crooked, so this side is a little bit stretched. which means that the bottom will now be permanently, a little bit to the side. So I just need to finish by sewing this now on the inside. But yeah, little bit of a mismatch right here. At least, well, the neck is nice. So some updates. Here it is. I am almost done. I just need to hem it. I'm going with the curved hem for this version, which is probably the hardest one that you can choose if you're, sewing this pattern. So I'll need to sort out a couple spells to get that working. And yeah, so it'll be the hem and then add the buttons and should be done. By the way, today it's Sunday, so at the moment I've been working on this little set for a week. I'm working on another dress as well at the same time, but on my time on and off from work. It has been a week also. I just wanted to show you that I'm using an outfit entirely made of free patterns. So this is Friday, the Friday sport shorts, so the sport shorts from the Friday Pattern Company, and this is the Esther tank top by Isa Stitches. So if you're looking for a few references of new free patterns to try, I really like this too, and they go really well together. So yeah, now I'm going to start working on the hem, and I'll finish it again with the cover stitch machine, same as I've been doing with the entire top. And hopefully I'm able to manage that correctly. At least on the previous version that I did, the toil one, it came out quite nice. So let's see if I can pull it off again. So I finished the front and it looks a little bit better than the back, a little bit. But yeah, I'll now go through the cover stitch and hopefully it looks nice in the end, at least in the front, the front side, it looks at least okay. So I'll do that. And then I have to remove this gathering thread that I put in an attempt to try to gather it a little bit nicely. And I should have done it in a contrasting color, like in black. This will be a little bit hard to remove. Oh well, it's too late for that, so I'll go to the machine now. And it is done, fresh out of the cover stitch, and the outside actually looks quite nice. It's quite smooth. I used the iron to make it a little bit smoother. On the inside, still a little bit bunched up, but not that bad. So let me see if you can see properly how it looks on the outside and on the inside. So I was able to remove actually the gathering thread quite easily. And now time for the buttons. I'll use this kit that I got on Amazon. Sorry for the light. So I'll use this kit that I got on Amazon, and it comes with a tool as well. And to do that, I'll replicate the positioning that I did for the first one because I really like it. So I'll add 5 buttons, I'll replicate the spacing, and then I'll try it on and show you how it looks. So let me be right back. And my friends, it is done. Just a few notes on this pattern in case you're thinking of trying it out. I think it works much better on a rib knit like my previous version instead of this fabric. This fabric, it seems a little bit snug because it doesn't stretch as much, so pay a lot of attention to how much your fabric stretches in order to be able to make this top. Otherwise, I could have just sized up to use this fabric and it would be perfect, but still I very much like it. I would not recommend the curved hem if you're a beginner or if you struggle like me sewing with knits. Even though I'm still happy with the way that I was able to finish it and the way that it looks, I would not recommend the curved hem. This pattern has so many views. I mean, you can use it to make maternity dress, you can make the top, you don't need to make it as cropped as I've made it. You can make the other version. And if you're a beginner, maybe start with the straight hem, and as you get comfortable working with knits, then you can switch and try the curved hem. I really like this curved hem, and the cropped version is my preferred length. My previous version I did the 3/4 sleeve. This one I went with the short sleeve, and this with the boxers really works as a summer pair of pajamas. I'm really happy with it. It's probably coming up a little bit on camera how sheer the fabric is. It's a little bit sheer, not too much, but probably something that I'll avoid wearing outside of the house, even though I've tried it with other pairs of pants and I really like the way it looks. I have more fabric, so I'll probably be making this top again. I really want a black version as well. I think it will look really nice. As for the button placket, I very much prefer using the skinnier twill tape. I think 1 inch or 2.5 centimeters would be a little bit too wide. Maybe if you had wider or bigger buttons, maybe that would work better. But for my size buttons, I really prefer the skinnier twill tape, and I also prefer the finish with the twill tape. As for the pair of boxers, I'm not going to use it as underwear. Someone made that question on Instagram. I'm going to use it as a pair of shorts. I think I'm just used to, wearing my underwear, and it feels a little bit weird just because I'm not used to it. But as a pair of shorts, it works really nicely, and I'm really happy that I was able to make it as a set. I'm going to leave the patterns, of course, linked down there in the description in case you're interested to check them out. And I'm still working on that yellow dress that you saw throughout the video. Probably going to see that one in my next video. So yeah, make sure you're subscribed, and I hope to see you on my next one. Thank you a lot for watching. Have a great day and happy crafting. Bye!